It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Yes, it's showtime. What's happening, everybody? It's the Geno Jones Showtime. Thank you for watching today. First of all, anyone who is watching me in Florida, let's send prayers out to people, the entire state, but specifically the southwest side of Florida. Hurricane Ian. It made landfall about 3 o'clock, I think 3:05 Eastern time, just south of Tampa. So Tampa, because initially the weather predictions and forecasts said that Tampa was going to get like a direct hit. So the people in Tampa are pretty fortunate, pretty blessed. However, just south of Tampa, cities like Fort Myers Beach, Naples really seems like they were right smack dab in the middle, and that the eye of the hurricane was a pretty big hurricane, still is. Made landfall, winds 155 miles an hour, sustained winds. So just imagine, that's like they call it EF3. So a tornado that is strong enough to literally take the roof off your house, to lift your car, and to it can turn over light poles. A tornado that strong, about 40 miles, not like a mile wide, because a mile wide tornado is rare. But just think about that eye of that hurricane, I think was somewhere around 40 miles, maybe 30, 40 miles wide. And hurricanes, or tornado would just come right by. But the hurricane is moving slow. So just imagine like an EF3 tornado literally over your location with rain for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. That's what's happened. That's what happened in that part of Southwest Florida. Like I said, Fort Myers, cities like Naples, another one. I just saw the video, it was incredible. They had a camera, 6 feet high camera. And you saw the storm surge, which is just the water, all that ocean water from the Atlantic Ocean, that the winds, you got winds 155 miles an hour. That's consistently, not like gust up to 190 miles an hour. That's the areas that were close to the eye. The highest winds in this hurricane, pushing all of that water. And there was a camera that was 6 feet high in, I believe it was in Fort Walton, somewhere in Fort Walton. Fort Myers, I'm sorry, forgive me. Fort Myers, I believe it was in Fort Myers. And they had like the time lapse. So time lapse photography, you see it when they kind of speed everything up. So you saw all this water coming in, getting higher and higher. Then one moment, the camera is underwater. All you can see is just water. So, and it's still going on. It's moving slow. It's going to be moving across the state of Florida and possibly going back out over the Atlantic Ocean and coming back somewhere between where I'm at here in Charleston, South Carolina, and Savannah, Georgia, which is probably about, I'd say, roughly about 100, maybe about 110, 120 miles, about 120 miles from Charleston. So Charleston, South Carolina, and Savannah, Georgia. The distance is about 120 miles going in either direction. And that would be happening on Friday. So if you know anybody in Florida, but the entire state, Orlando is getting it, Jacksonville, virtually the entire state. I guess the only place that's relatively unscathed, ironically, is like Miami and South Beach, that part of Florida that's on the southeastern coast. And they usually get it pretty bad because, you know, they had a Hurricane Andrew that was devastating years ago. So I just wanted to give everybody that update. If you got any friends or family, anybody that you notice in Florida, check on them because the entire state is being affected by this. It's just this beast, this monster hurricane. So If you believe in the power of prayer, lift the entire state of Florida up in prayer. Now, I know Florida can be problematic. Their governor, yeah, he's very problematic. But it's amazing how Mother Nature or God, depending on what you do or don't believe in, can get your attention. And Mother Nature can remind us and show us just how fragile and weak we really are compared to the forces and the power of nature, wind and water. So just pretty interesting. All right, so let me segue here. Election day is 6 weeks away. I can't stress this enough. Election day, 6 weeks from yesterday. So we got about 41 days. So check your voter registration status. Once again, I'm going to say it again, check your voter registration status. And if you have not registered to vote, you need to do it now. Time is running out. So like here I am in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. So if you are here in the state of South Carolina, you have until October 7th to register. In a lot of states, you have to, the latest you can register is 30 days before the election. The election is November 8th. So here you have until October 7th to register if you want to vote in the midterm election. So what are you waiting on? All right. And check your voter registration status. So this is how easy it is. Just do a search. You can do a Google search, Bing search, whatever your search engine is. However you, quote unquote, look something up, Google it. Type in, check my voter registration status. Type in your zip code. Like most counties, most states, they have websites where there's even a USA one where you can just type in, I want to check my voter registration status. You can do that. In a lot of some states, you can register online to vote. So contact whatever county you live in, the Board of Elections, whoever runs the elections in your county, in your state. Just type, I'm sure the state website, you just type in, I want to register to vote. I guarantee you the search engine will take you to so many different websites, so many different links, counties, states, even the federal government has one where they will take you to where you need to, where you can either register online or you can check your voter registration status. Do it. You know what's on the ballot? Abortion is on the ballot. A woman's reproductive rights, the right for a woman to be a full citizen, the right for a woman to be able to decide what to do with her body and to decide whether or not she wants to have a child. And if she does, she should be able to determine when she wants to have a child. And maybe she's got kids and her and her family, they can barely afford to feed the kids they have. And she can't afford any more kids. Or their family, her and her family can't afford any more kids. That's her business. These politicians, you all are not doctors. And you're not God, because God is showing you with the power of this Hurricane Ian, that you are not in charge. You may think you are almighty, big brother, almighty, powerful colonizer. But Mother Nature's like, okay, colonize this category 4 hurricane that's about to come and slam the state. If you think you're that powerful, you can get your ass in the way if you want to. You get swept right up. So it's amazing how Mother Nature or God or whatever supreme being, supreme force you believe in or not, this has a way of reminding us. You may think you're really in charge, but nah, you're really not in charge. So just for the record. So make sure I can't stress it enough. And by the way, we need, and our young people, poll watchers and poll workers in the county you live in. My grandmother was a poll worker. My mother was a poll worker. My grandmother used to love to do it. You have in a lot of cities and counties, you have a lot of elderly people who have been doing it for years, like my grandmother was, like my mother did. But we need more young people. So my millennials, my Gen Zers, who are very politically active, socially responsible, believer in social justice, here's your chance to play a part, to keep an eye on the people that want to take away your civil rights, your voting rights, your reproductive freedom rights, and everything else. You can be a poll watcher or a poll worker. Contact the Board of Elections in the county or the state that you live in, young people, and you get paid on top of it for a day. I think some states, some counties pay like $125, $150 just for one day's work. Hey, it ain't bad work if you can get it. So just Google search. I want to be a poll worker. I want to be a poll watcher. Type in your zip code, and it will take you to a website. It'll take you to the site to where they'll give you all the information and tell you exactly where you need to go, where your Board of Election headquarters are, or the Board of Elections in your specific district or county or zip code. Now, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I never talk about reality shows because I'm just not a reality show watcher. Full disclosure, I'm not gonna lie. But this Real Housewives of Atlanta, it is really like the most popular of all the housewives shows. Them sisters are doing their thing. Now, I can't get with the cussing and fighting and throwing stuff. But it ain't just the black women. So be careful. Well, it makes black women look bad. No, it makes those black women look bad. But they're getting a check. They are securing a bag. As a matter of fact, shout out to Kandi Burruss. I think Kandi is the highest paid housewife on any show, on any reality show, on any network or cable outlet. So I ain't mad at you, Kandi. She was a member of Escape. Secure your bag, sister. I am not mad at you at all. So anyway, Real Housewives of Atlanta, super popular. Season 14 is coming. They just finished up shooting. So if you are a fan, good news. Yes, Kandi Burruss and Kenya Moore and Marlo Hampton and Sheree Whitfield, Drew Sidora, Sonia, I believe? Sonia Richardson Ross, they are all coming back. But no, Nene's not coming back. And Portia Williams, they're not coming back. But there's going to be a new housewife. Sister named Janelle, her name is Janelle Stevens. Janelle Stevens. Now, who is Janelle Stevens? So she is a very successful business person. As a matter of fact, ladies, you probably know this, and maybe some of you dudes too. Janelle Stevens is the owner of Camille Rose. All right, the ladies, if you don't know what Camille Rose is, the company, Google it. But I know a lot of the ladies know because you buy Camille Rose products. And fellas, you need to know because some of y'all paying for them Camille Rose products. I'm just saying. So that's going to be the latest deal. So tomorrow, continuing our countdown to Election Day, we're going to have State Representative Wendell Gilliard and State Representative, as a matter of fact, 2 incumbents on the show tomorrow. It's going to be a dynamic show. And I want to shout out Michelle Brandt. She is a candidate. She's running to be South Carolina State Representative for District 114. So you do not want to miss tomorrow's show at all. Let me check my chat room. Groove Master Dre, what's happening, my brother? How you doing? Stay safe. The weather hasn't gotten crazy. We won't get what Florida's getting, but Friday we'll get some high winds, some heavy rain, and if you live in Charleston, if you live or work downtown, you could spit on the sidewalk or just your tears. If you started crying standing on the street, your tears would cause downtown to flood, or just spitting on the sidewalk would cause downtown to flood. That's a whole nother conversation. So, but we won't see that till Friday. But tomorrow, State Representative Wendell Gilliard is going to be a guest, and I think we're going to have another state representative. Will tell you. You'll see all of that tomorrow. So listen, thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you. And God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Please, everybody you know, everybody you don't know, everybody that you like, that you love, that you're not too crazy about, folks you can't stand, folks you hate, I don't give a damn. Tell them all, strangers, aliens from outer space, to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show on the Geno Jones YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, like, and binge watch all my back episodes because they are fire. Yes, they are. Check them out. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check him out on Instagram. Kel be cutting up because Kel be cutting up. It's KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist, or as the kids call it, the drip director, as I like to call her, of the Geno Jones Show. You can check Allie out on Instagram. It's L like Lexi, LX dot N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi, underscores that little dash at the bottom. So it's LX dot NCL underscore. Programming note. Friday, if there's no live show, it will be because we don't have any power, because we are expected to. There's a tropical storm warning here and a hurricane watch. If we do get a hurricane, the strongest that it could be would be like a Category 1, which is just like a strong thunderstorm. If you live in the Midwest, you live up north, just think of a strong thunderstorm with strong winds. That's basically a Category 1 with some heavy rain. Now, flooding is a problem here in the state, and there is a storm surge warning. So if you live right on the coast, so by the way, in case you're wondering what storm surge is, because I really didn't know that growing up in Chicago. So here's a good example. If you live in Chicago, if you live in New York, you live right on the Atlantic Ocean. If you live in LA or San Francisco in the Bay Area, just imagine if you had a storm with these strong winds that was blowing all the ocean water up against the shoreline. Just imagine, if you're pushing all this water or you're pushing anything, it's going to build up when you push it up against a hard surface like the shore. So the stronger the wind, the higher, and storm surge literally is just a wall of water coming at you. You've probably seen it in movies on TV, but I've never seen it in real life. I got a coworker, he actually saw it, changed his life. Just imagine a wall of water for as far as you can see. 6 feet. I'm about 6'1". Just imagine a wall of water this tall. In some cases today, in some parts of Florida, the storm surge was like 8, 10, 12 feet high. Can you imagine a wall of water that high? You can't survive that. Water is very powerful. Don't sleep. Water can literally destroy anything in its path. Buildings, cars, you name it. That much water, that much force. So storm surge, the number one killer in hurricanes is not wind and it's not lightning, it's water. People drown because they don't seek higher ground and they get caught up in a storm surge, or they're in a car and the car gets caught up in a storm surge and gets swept away, or flooding, especially flash flooding. So tentatively, the Geno Jones Show is scheduled to go live Friday, but if you don't, the only thing that's going to stop it is that we don't have power, because there's a good chance that we may be without power. But as long as I got some power and Wi-Fi, the Geno Jones Show will be here live and in living color. And if not, you can always binge watch one of my back episodes. But we will be live tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to leave you with top 5 R&B song in America. My man Marcus Allen. Shout out to Marcus Allen, who just opened up for Jodeci and Jagged Edge up in Columbia last weekend. family, you are doing your thing, brother. I got love and respect for you. Thank you. As a matter of fact, you might see him. He might be one of my special guests. It's going to be my anniversary week in terms of the Geno Jones Show, 2nd year anniversary week. Going to be some great shows next week. So I'm going to leave you with his latest hit, Slide, with cameo appearances by you know who. Thanks for watching, everybody. Once again, send your prayers out. Let's lift everybody up in the state of Florida up in prayer. Thanks for watching.
The directors. Chameleons.
If I had my way, baby, you would be my girl. Let the mothers hate. I wouldn't care what the mothers say when they walk my way, 'cause I wanna give you all my attention. Every minute, every hour, girl, you can have it, girl, it's ours, yes. So relax and take our time, enjoy ourselves some wine, 'cause you're here with me tonight. Promise to treat you. Let's slide to the dance floor so we can get loose. Ain't nobody in this club finer than you. I'ma make you mine, girl, that's what I came to do. I'ma treat you right and make your dreams come true. DJ, play the records, 'cause we wanna dance all night. Keep the party jumping, we just wanna have a good time. Here's me and my baby, wanna make her my lady. Girl, I hope you feel the same. I wanna make you my babe, wanna make you fall in love, give you my last name. You and me, we can take over the world, just give me a chance. 'Cause it's me, baby, that you're missing. Every morning, every evening, in the late night, please believe me. Yeah, yeah. So relax and take our time, enjoy ourselves some wine, 'cause you're here with me tonight. Promise to get you. Let's slide to the dance floor so we can get loose. Ain't nobody in this club finer than you. I'ma make you mine, girl, that's what I came to do. I'ma treat you right and make your dreams come true. DJ, play the records, 'cause we wanna dance all night. Keep the party jumping, we just wanna have a good time. Here's me and my baby, wanna make her my lady. Girl, I hope you feel the same way. Girl, let's go, dance some more. Don't stop, let's do it all night, keep it going, baby. Girl, let's go, hit the floor. Don't stop, girl, I'm ready to do it all night, keep it going, baby. DJ, play the records, 'cause we wanna dance all night. Keep the party jumping, we just wanna have a good time. Here's me and my baby, wanna make her my lady. Girl, I hope you feel the same way, babe. Yeah. It's crazy. We here now, though. Feels good. Yeah, man. Been through the struggle and the storm. They said that I would never make it. They can't believe I proved them wrong. Now everything I want, I'm taking. Living the life of a boss. Getting everything that I want, yeah. Luxurious everything, whatever the money brings. On it.
Ay, yeah, ay. I told my mama they in love with me now. I said I live in little luxury now. This ice dripping me down. I made it to the top, look at me now. Cartier cologne covered it loud. A star, look in the clouds. Versace fit, yeah, cover me now. You never felt the presence like this when it come through the crowd. Amazing. See the face that say I couldn't make it. I ain't never asked for nothing, so don't offer, I ain't taking. You could tell I was different, I was a star in the making. I'm in a whole different space, I'm a star in the making. I went from set behind bars and spitting bars, it's never basic. I'm like Steph Curry shooting the three, you know I'm gonna make
Struggle
it.
in the soul. They said that I would never make it. They can't believe I proved them wrong. Now everything I want, I'm taking. Living the life of a boss. Getting everything that I want, yeah. Luxurious everything, whatever the money brings. On it.
You ever seen a star fall from the sky and still be in the sky? Yeah, I shine light, see the brightness in my eyes. I gotta leave a legacy, these memories will never die. Picture me rolling in the Maybach, that's how I'm trying to ride. I'm feeling like Bishop, it's like I got the juice now. I got a whole lot of meetings, that's why I'm wearing suits now. The pandemic got y'all hurt, y'all like, what we gon' do now? No money saved up, you like, who we gon' shoot now? A whole different breed, been knew how to hustle, been knew how to get it. I got it off the muscle. All these rings on my fingers, like I'm Bill Russell. Never gave me props, so I can never trust.
Struggle in the storm. They said that I would never make it. They can't believe I proved them wrong. Now everything I want, I'm taking. Living the life of a boss. Getting everything that I want, yeah. Luxurious everything, whatever the money brings. On it, yeah.
What's up, big dog?
Let's go.
Hey,
Yeah, man. What's up, big dog?
You know we in here, man.
We rockin'.
I think we got a hit, big dog. They gonna have to play this on repeat. We done bossed up, we done leveled up on them.
Let's go.
To the sky from here now. No way to go but up. It may. Shiesty Beyonce.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.